Hello to all my Neverwinter viewers. A quick update for my build that I made for the new trial. So this is the starting build for the new trial. It's kinda different from what you see online, basically because I'm using this new ring that I think it's kinda underrated. So starting with the gear, since my last video I swapped something, especially weapons. I swapped all the perfect weapons for those two that you can get in the last master dungeon. So I swapped them because I needed some extra power so that you can get 3.5% power and 5% critical severity. I changed boots for the extra critical strike 5%, but the great change is my rings, because this one I need for the extra precision, and this one gives me a lot of power that I needed, and also extra critical severity and combat advantage for a massive boost in stats, so that we can get all stat caps with one enemy only, because last video was optimized for having multiple targets, so this one is for pure single target. I kinda recommend you to use this build only for the trials and specifically for the new one, not in other content, because you need a lot of buffs that you can get from the party. So we have those two rings, same old set. I swapped the shirt. I was using the power shirt, this one, but since I have this ring, I could have swapped that for this shirt that you can get from Master Lair of the Mad Dragon. This one gives you a lot of cooldown reduction on your encounter powers, so it's pretty good for the new trial. And these pants that were the same from the previous dungeon. Enhancements are the same. I'm using 3 for power and 1 for accuracy. I'm using Devil's Precision and Rage of Flames when I'm in the trial. And so we have these 3 artifacts. This one I got from the previous event, really good if you can get it from the auction house. A lot of item level and stats. I'm using those two for the other stats that I need, and this one you can swap for whatever your team needs. Regarding power, those are the same from the previous video. Boons, I'm using from guild power and defense and revive sickness. Those are my boons. The other ones, those are the same from the previous video. Companion, always using Adrian because for the stats and because it gives a decent boost for entire team. I'm using Potent Precision because I need extra critical severity. Those three are the same from previous video, but I think I will swap them for the new one that you can get from the Tenebralos mini boss in the new zone, but it's kinda hard to drop, so I will swap them for 3 of these when I will find them. The other companions are the same, using the 3-1 that gives extra damage, and this one for 9% combat advantage, so the same as before. Regarding mounts, I'm using tunnel vision, and this one for extra accuracy. In this table everything is the same except one bonus that I swapped. I'm using now cavalry haste for a power cooldown reduction when I'm using mount power, so this is good for rotation. So now I will show you some gameplay, the stat calculation with all the party buffs, and I will show you how you get actually all stat caps with this alternative build. For consumables I'm using the same, so Wildstorm Elixir, Flask of Potency, Squash Soup and Ratatouille for extra accuracy. I quickly forgot to mention that since my last video I swapped race, so previously I was a Wood Elf, now I'm using the Gith for the extra combat advantage, but basically everything else is the same as I showed. Okay, so speaking of calculation, for power we start at 89.1, but we had 18% from the Raptor, the full Raptor group, plus 3.5% from Portobello, plus 3.5% from the weapons, plus 4.5% from the two auras, plus 2% from Adrian, and we are at 120.6%, so full capped. For accuracy, we start at 62.5%, but we had 10.8% from the enchantment, 7.5 from the armor, 7.5 from the jewelry set, plus 2.5% from runic aura, I believe it's called, for a total of 90.8%, so overcap. For a combat advantage, we start at 89.7, but we add 17.5% from the 10% from the head and the 77.5% from the chest. We add 13.5% from Portobello, Tudor, and Flapjack, and we are at 120.7% of combat advantage, so overcap. Critical strike chance, we start at 65.9. We add 10.8% from the enchantment, plus 7.5 from the arms, 2% from Adrian, and we add 4% from the Paladin aura for a total of 90.2%, so full capped. That's why I suggest you guys to use this build only for trials, because we need a lot of bonuses from also other class. And in the end, we have critical severity starting at 97. We have 9% from the pants, 5% from the weapon, and another 9% from the companion bonus for a 120% total, so even this stat is kept. Let me know, guys, if this video was helpful for you. If you have some suggestion, leave a comment, and if you want to see more videos of Neverwinter, subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys for watching.